This episode is brought to you by West Coast Beach, a year-round beach volleyball club on the west side of Los Angeles in Santa Monica, California. At West Coast Beach, we aim to get 1% better every day, both on and off the court. You can find more info about us at westcoastvbc.com and on Instagram with handle at westcoastvbc. All right, I'm here with Prince Daniels Jr. Prince, thanks so much for being here, man.
And thank you for having me, man. I'm excited to be here.
So excited to have you on, man. I'm really curious, like when you found this stuff, like this realm of mindfulness and meditation and spirituality as a aspiring pro athlete. Was it in college, or was it maybe after your pro career?
No, well, I actually found it in high school. In high school, my father,
Really?
my father was a former black belt, and my I have two uncles. They decided to join a monastery, and I looked up to them. I have four uncles in total, but these two, I look up to all my uncles, but these two in particular, they showed me the way of the life of meditation and the practice of and learning how to adapt that into your life. And once I did that, the rest is history.
So for me, this project is all about tools for whether it be the athlete or the coach or even an entrepreneur,
Right.
tools to find inspired living and find out what that means to you. So, when you're not in the game, maybe you're not at practice, or maybe you're outside of your career, you're done, with playing pro football.
Right.
How do you find that feeling now? And what tools you could continue with the meditation, because I feel like that's a tool for this, but what other tools could you offer to find that feeling of inspired living?
Oh man, do the three things that get you going in life. You learn to strengthen your physical, your mental, and your spiritual each and every day.
Right.
Whether it's something small, it's just something that you commit to, and that's your foundation, that's your basis that you create. And for me, it's just more so very simple: work out, read, and meditate every day.
Mm.
And that's my simple three combination. And then I throw in like finances there and business afterwards. But everything that I'm doing, I'm touching on the stuff that I need to touch on. So once I get that out of the way, or I just incorporate it into my day, I've strengthened myself, mind, body, and spirit. And so I continue to keep doing that. And eventually, everything that I work towards, that will be incorporated into it.
What also comes up for me is the present moment, right? Like I feel like that word mindful is and just the idea of mindfulness in sport is to try to is basically telling us this moment is what matters.
Yep.
It's not the past. The future is undecided. So stay right here. So, and I think I'd like to talk about the zone and the flow, and because that's I feel like that's where all that stuff happens in that moment. But my question is clock management, time management, specifically for a sport like yours that is just a constant countdown, because that can be challenging, right? I know basketball too, where like there's this constant clock management where you're trying to stay in that present the whole time and be mindful, but you're also on that clock. So can you talk a little bit about that management and the the balance there?
Yeah. So the idea, whenever you go into a game, you go in like, I'm going to dominate, and as you mentioned, all these conditions, start to become present and alive.
Sure.
And managing the clock, if in the game of football, which is more of a team-oriented sport, it depends on everyone. It depends on everyone. So, like, in the game of tennis or golf, managing the clock, it's just managing yourself. And it's same thing when it comes to team sport, managing yourself. just being aware. Like every second matters. That's how we measure our waking moments, is by seconds, right? And then we're going from seconds to minutes and to hours and so forth. And it's your ability to stay focused throughout that time. So when you are, you know, when to take advantage of the time that you have, and when you don't, you lose focus, and you come out of that space, and then you get distracted because you can't get back to that space because now you're focused on your emotions. Like, oh man, I can't believe I did this. I can't believe I did that. You just moving on, moving
Right.
forward. Give your opportunity to see how incredible your body is, how incredible your mind is, how incredible your spirit is. And when you start to become more aware of whom you are, then we will be able to live in this world with technology and realize that we were the creators of technology, and not start to realize that the technology created us.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why it's important for people to check in with themselves. Don't get on the phone early in the morning. Don't let that be the first thing, because we're on a rhythm throughout the day. The sun rises, boom, it hits its peak. The sun rises, and then it continues to keep rising slowly and slowly. It hits its peak at noon. It comes, I mean, you know, your energy goes down, comes back up. Moon comes out, boom, go to sleep, wake back up. So there's this rhythm that we're on. And so when you start your day off with a little bit of social media and you get down, you're going to look for social media again to pick you back up, you know, and so forth. And the cycle continues, the pattern continues, the rhythm continues, you know. But when you start your day off by checking in with you, that becomes the high of your day. So whenever you get down, you check back in with you. Boom, check back in with you.
I love that.
And throughout your day, you start to become more aware of your wins and not your likes on social media. And then that your wins is what excites you.
Right. Recently, thanks to Charlie Rocket, shout out to Charlie. He created this movement about winning streak, and he started with this iced coffee when he goes to Starbucks, and he just decided, like, I'm on a winning streak because I got this coffee and it's all this happiness in there for $2.40. Like, I'm on a winning streak, you know. And it's kind of a funny thing, but it's now a thing. Even a city, I can't remember which city, but a city actually took that slogan, #winning streak. We're on a winning streak. I really like that idea, and I think it ties in with what you're talking about, because that is a choice you make when you wake up in the day. I am on a winning streak, yes, you know, and so when you decide that, you start to see wins in everything, and then everything becomes a blessing. Even the person that just cut you off, maybe they cut you off, right? And instead of throwing up a finger, you say, man, like, that's actually a win for me for whatever reason. And you create the reason, right? But you have fun with that. Right. And so maybe someone is having a tough day and they bring it out on you. Right. They, like, for whatever reason. But within that exchange, because you're looking for a winning streak, maybe that person becomes a client, right, for you, you know. And so all these things, this choice that you make in the morning, I'm on a winning streak. That to me is so powerful. Right. Can you just speak to that a little bit, specifically coming from a pro athlete point of view?
Yeah. Coming from a pro athlete, coming from a human being, coming from slash monk. That is the space. That is definitely a mindset, you know, and that's something that you'll also attract as well. I mean, you said it. You see it, it starts to become as clear as day. You have basically professed and projected this out into the universe. And you're like, I'm on a winning streak. And basically your mind molds its environment to a winning streak. And what you perceive, or your understanding of what a winning streak is.
Prince Daniels Jr. This has been awesome, dude.
Aaron, it has been really awesome, man. And
Yeah,
you
man.
are awesome, man. And so,
You are
yeah.
awesome. You are awesome. Thank you so much. Don't go anywhere. I'm
I'm
gonna
all right.
stop this recording and
Okay.
peace and blessings, bro.
Man, peace and blessings. Thank you, brother.
If you're looking to start a podcast or you have a podcast and you're looking for editing services, hit up my guys Oliver and Garrett at DAF Global. They're awesome. They help me with this podcast and they take care of all kinds of different services like editing and audio enhancement, and they're great to work with. They're also offering a 10% discount to all Within the Game listeners. So hit my guys up at DAF Global on Instagram and also on their website, www.dafglobal.co.uk.